It's 6:29. Welcome back. State senators have voted on a bill aimed at making sure the Electoral College continues to decide who's elected president. Lawmakers passed a bill to wait to publicize the numbers of votes cast in the general election until after all states' presidential electors have voted, but the Secretary of State could release the percentages of the votes cast. This comes as traction grows for a national popular vote to decide the presidential election. The movement aims to have states send electors in accordance with the country's popular vote, even if that's in conflict with how their state voted.
The bill is to frustrate that effort by, instead of providing the numbers of votes, the percentage of the vote. The Electoral College acknowledges the sovereignty of the state of North Dakota.
Senator Dever is one of the bill's co-sponsors and says the Electoral College protects states with smaller populations like North Dakota by allowing for an outsized say in the presidential elections. The bill passed 43-3 in the Senate and now heads to the House.
Well, in 1975, North Dakota's legislature ratified the Equal Rights Amendment to the United States Constitution. Now lawmakers are a step closer to taking that back. Senate Concurrent Resolution 4010, which passed in the Senate, rescinds the ratification from nearly half a century ago. The amendment reads, quote, "Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged on account of sex," end quote. And Congress put a deadline on when states had to ratify it to 1982, but supporters of the ERA say states can still act. Sandy Marshall, she advocated for the ERA in the 70s and says that the current resolution is a step backward.
It's an embarrassment that we have a legislature that would pander to highly funded out-of-state legislative efforts to try to get legislatures around the country to de-ratify. It's part of a larger agenda, and it's just, it sends the wrong message.
But as Linda Thorson at Concerned Women for America points out, women are not all in agreement on the amendment.
I'm not a victim. Women don't need to play the victim status to be treated equally. No one voting for this clarification is saying they don't want equal treatment of men and women. We all want that. It's just that this ERA has a problem in that it opens a door for other things. A genderless society is what I say.
And a similar piece of legislation to rescind the state's ERA ratification came up last session, but it failed.
Save for the faces lining the North Dakota Hall of Fame, the Capitol building is a ghost town as lawmakers recess until Wednesday. But there are some you'll see every day who keep the building safe, whether session is in or out. North Dakota's Capitol Security sees about 200 to 300 people come through the building when the legislature is in session, down from about 1,000 a day last year when COVID protocols were not in place. Sergeant Tim Coughlin has worked for the State Patrol for 14 years and has directed Capitol Security for the last 3. His team oversees several state buildings, including the library, the Department of Transportation, and the governor's residence. He says the break in the session is helpful for more than just lawmakers.
This is kind of the interesting part of legislative session. We go from being really high-paced and busy to this lull in the action, so to speak. So it's kind of a good chance for us to recuperate, maybe give a couple days off to some people, do some equipment maintenance type things, and then get ready to go back at it again.
In past sessions, schools used to take field trips at the Capitol, and hundreds more people would show up to testify. But the pandemic and access to virtual testimony have changed that.
Now that's for certain.
Yeah.
And keep it with us here on